Springfield City Council president is refusing to resign amid accusations she used her position to profit from city property deals without disclosing her financial interest. It raises questions about whether conflict of interest laws designed to protect public assets were broken. Western Mass News reporter Reagan Lockery was at City Hall this afternoon, and she now joins us live in studio with the latest. Reagan.
That's right, Amanda. Springfield City Council president says she made a mistake, but she's not stepping down today. Tracy Whitfield stood on the steps of City Hall and defended herself against accusations she secretly profited from buying taxpayer-owned properties without disclosing her financial interests as required by law.
This will be my final public statement on this matter, regardless of any commentary released by the solicitor or the members of the City Council. As I have previously stated, I made a mistake. I take full responsibility for my actions.
In 2021, Springfield City Council President Tracy Whitfield bought a city-owned property on Crest Street at a tax foreclosure auction. These auctions sell properties the city has seized for unpaid taxes, properties that technically belong to Springfield taxpayers. The city says Whitfield never filed a conflict of interest disclosure, a legal requirement when elected officials do business with their own government. She then transferred that property to Jets Property Development, LLC, a company she manages with her son. This month, the city says it happened again. Jets Property Development won bids on 2 more city-owned properties. Again, the city says no conflict of interest was disclosed. Whitfield says she misunderstood the rules, and she's sticking to that explanation.
If this matter proceeds before the Massachusetts Ethics Commission, I will fully present my responses through the appropriate process. Let me be clear. I have never intentionally used my position for personal gain.
On Friday, the City Council voted unanimously to rescind one of those property bids. That's when Springfield City Councilor Victor Davila publicly requested that Whitfield step down as council president.
I have lost faith in the City Council president's ability to lead.
On Monday, Whitfield announced she had resigned from the LLC, but made it clear she will not be stepping down from her leadership role.
Now, to Ward 6, Forest Park, City Councilor Victor Davila, who has publicly asked for my resignation, I respect your right to your opinion. However, I respectfully and firmly decline.
That's right. That's right.
Leadership is not about stepping aside when challenges arise. It's about standing in difficult moments, accepting responsibilities.
Councilor Davila says Whitfield's resignation from the LLC looks like damage control.
I really don't want to meddle into her private affairs, but I will tell you, it seems to me she's trying to do some damage control.
As for Whitfield's refusal to step down as City Council president, Davila says the council will force the issue.
As I mentioned before, if she refuses to step down, we will proceed with a vote of no confidence.
Now, Councilor Davila tells us he's confident a vote of no confidence will move forward. He says about 90% of the constituents he's spoken to want Whitfield to step down. Separately, this matter could go before the Massachusetts Ethics Commission, which has the authority to investigate and impose penalties for conflicts of interest violations. We're now reporting live in studio, Reagan Lockery for Western Mass News.